This is AI 101, where innovation meets understanding, breaking down artificial intelligence into clear, practical insight that empower you to navigate, adapt, and lead an AI driven world. Miss Jackie, how are you, partner?
I'm doing good, thank you. I can't believe we're in the middle of February already as of this recording. Wow.
Yes! Happy Valentine,
Happy
people!
Valentine's.
Yes,
Yes.
Valentine's indeed. Again and again, it's so fast. Imagine it's just like last year we're having a Valentine's on Food 101. We are creating food recipe for Food 101, and now it's a Valentine's again, and we are totally forgot that Chef
Oh.
Alessandro
You
to
know, it was
prepare something.
my mom and I got we got lunch today and had it delivered. And there's a place here in the United States that's called Panera Bread. You would like
Mm-hmm.
it because they have home cooked type of stuff, salad. So my mom and I both got a salad, and then we got dessert. They have a sugar cookie, and they'll do for the holidays. They'll do the different types of shapes and designs. So they have a heart shaped cookie, and it's got the sugar cookie, and then it's got the frosting on it. So good. And then we decided to share a brownie, so we shared the sugar cookie and the brownie together, so that way we didn't we got to try a little bit of each. And it was really neat, Daniel. With the brownie, what they did is, instead of taking, because what they do is they dust powdered sugar on top of the brownie, but they
Mm-hmm.
must have had a stencil, because they put the stencil on top and then they put the powdered sugar on it, and it was the X's and the O's, like the
Oh wow.
yeah, like you were playing the X's and O's game. Yeah, it's cute.
That's awesome.
Hmm.
Awesome, people. Again, happy Valentine's. And I hope you have all these best situation right now. We're having your dates or whatever, chocolates, flowers for sure, which is very famous right now.
Hmm.
So, Miss Jackie, what will be our topic today on AI 101? But before that, please do listen up, people, our Food 101, wherever you listen your podcast with Chef Alessandro. And Food 101 is, well, we are number 12 best food podcast. So please do listen wherever you listen your podcast.
That's great, Daniel. Number 12. That's awesome.
Number 12, we are consistently number 12 for 6 years. Usually number 8 and then number 9, 10, 11, 12. And then coming up again and then 8, 9, 10, 11, 12
Uh,
for 6 years. But we guaranteed that the spot with Chef Alessandra. And thank you, Feed Spot, for giving us that slot for 6 years. So, Miss Jackie, what will be our topic for today?
Today, our topic is called Beyond Text: When AI Sees, Hears, and Creates. So, the little hook I like to kind of bring about is AI isn't just about writing anymore. It's becoming a multi-sense collaborator, right?
Mm-hmm. True.
Yes.
Collaborator. I have a guest last time. We are talking about AI. Where yeah, in general, what are the pros and cons of AI in our daily lives? So my guest is talking about more on pros, right? So
Mm.
what are the cons that you think that AI can bring us in our daily lives,
I think
Miss
sometimes it can
Jackie?
take, yeah, sometimes I think it can take away the personalization or the authenticity sometimes,
Mm,
because it is a machine doing that. As an example, and I have to kind of work with it a little bit more, but I don't know if you're familiar, or if our listeners are familiar with the tool Synthesia. What it
mm-hmm,
does is it can create AI videos, like for training and selling, upselling, and professional development, things like that. But what you can also do is you can create your own AI avatar in there. So it actually is your voice, the way you look. And so I did that, and it takes a day for it to process. And when it came back, I actually listened to it, and I was just like laughing. I was like, "Oh my goodness, I'm talking in different languages." But what was really interesting is that at the beginning, it sounded a little too mousy. Like that wasn't my voice. It didn't sound like my voice. It was my voice, right? AI generated it, but I don't know what happened. If the AI just didn't produce that part right, but the rest of it sounded fine. When I did the foreign languages like French and Spanish, it sounded good, but it was just the beginning. And I was like, Mom, come in here. You gotta look at this and listen to this. I was like, is that authentic? Does it sound like me? And I mean, it looks like me, but does that sound like me? She goes, kinda. Some of it does, but some of it you don't sound like that. And I'm like, okay. So you just never know. Sometimes you have to experiment with it, try it over and over again, right? And see
Mm.
until you get the result that you like, until you know, well, yeah, that's the closest to me that I'm going to get. Because, we're so busy these days and companies are so busy, they don't have time to go hire maybe even a voice actor or someone that can go in front of a green screen and do the acting. And then if things change at the company, policies change or content changes, then you have to go and rehire people again, same person, maybe different person. So it just takes, I've been through that. I know what it's like to create videos for training. It takes a lot of work to do that. So if AI can help cut that out, that's good. But at the same time, you want to make sure it's authentic and it's not going to be noticeable, right? That's not you. So, yep. Yeah.
Authentic to authentic. And I just read that Gen Z have had a lower IQ because of artificial intelligence. They
Hmm.
are utilizing AI rather than their brain. Do you think that's
Yes,
true?
I do. I think it's true. There's actually we at the university I work for, which is Grand Canyon University. I help work on their curriculum, and I also teach for them part time. And they actually developed this process, and it's called the 5R process. And it's where during curriculum we have to go through these steps, which is review, revise, things like that. And we have to look at the existing curriculum, or if it's new curriculum, we have to see what can we do, not necessarily to AI proof it, but to make it more authentic with the assignments. Because a written assignment or a discussion question that's very surface level and doesn't allow critical thinking or personal reflection is just going to be something that students are going to just copy and paste into AI and get the answer right. So
Mm-hmm. True.
yeah, so we're trying to, and we've been doing it for a while. It's something that I always encourage the faculty that are working with us to do that, because when they don't learn how to use their critical thinking and be innovative with what they're doing, and they rely on a tool to do it, then when they get to the workplace, then their boss is going to be like, well, hey, we hired you for this. Why can't you do this very well?
Mm-hmm.
And so it forms a disconnect between what they're doing in their academics and then when they get to the professional world. And so I think it's so important for this generation now and the ones that are coming up too. I think even Gen Alpha, they need to be taught critical thinking. And yeah, it's so important in today's society to not lose that.
For
Absolutely.
sure. Those are what the cons, people, of AI. We we diminish our capability to think better, to think faster. Because if comparing with AI, it's like one click, your brain that it give results. While us, it takes sometimes to think first, right? But authentic.
Right.
Mm.
Right. Exactly. I even, our IT department today at work, they even sent out this email today to the whole entire organization and to Grand Canyon as well, because I work for the educational provider that helps with the curriculum. But they sent out this email today, Daniel. It was really it shocked me a little bit. You know how you have
Mhm.
those CAPTCHA, the where
Mhm.
it verifies that you're human. Well,
Yes.
apparently these scammers are utilizing AI to scam people into thinking that they're going to a reputable website with the CAPTCHA, or however you say that, where
Mhm.
you look and you click on the little, tiles that say here's where the bicycles are at or here's where the crosswalks at. But
Mhm.
anyways, apparently they're doing that and they're scamming people into thinking that it's an authentic website and but that's fake. And then it gets them
Mhm.
on the website. And I was like, oh my goodness. And they're utilizing AI to do it. So it's really sad
Scam.
because tools can be used for good, but they can also be used to
Too
to
bad.
yeah, to
Mm.
for bad things. So yeah, we just have to be aware of things and try not to click on links and things like that. If you get something, just go to the white website that you know is genuine, and make sure that it, look for those things that seem a little off and odd, misspellings, things like that. So I've learned over time from our IT department what to look for and what not to do. So yeah, so the AI is definitely taking over and doing that, like fake scholarships for students and stuff like that. They always have to tell students every semester, do not, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. Yeah.
Be vigilant, people. Be
Yes.
vigilant. And AI nowadays, it's something else used by, well, people that earn money in a bad way. But be careful, be vigilant. You know what you're doing, and ask for help if you need help.
Yes, absolutely.
So, Miss Jackie, we are talking right now the cons, right? I think one of the cons is people are fear of job displacement or skill shifts, which is true,
Right.
right?
It is true. Yeah, I saw an article a couple weeks ago that Gen Z, um, the Gen Z generation that's coming out of college, they're having to actually pivot a lot now because all the entry level jobs are probably going to be gone by the time they want to enter the workforce. So they definitely have to make sure they're upskilling while if they're in college, right, going to college, that they do that. Or if they're just going to enter the workforce right out of high school, they've got to be ready for that and make sure that they have skills that will translate really well into the job force. Yeah.
It will last. Sad to
Yes.
say, people, but well, some of the jobs will take by the AI because they are faster, they think fast, they are accurate, and they give this protocol that this specification, they are master of it. Just
Hmm.
like what? Filing a file. They are
Right.
so good for that. They think fast. And
Right.
comparing to humans, where, sad to say, we are irreplaceable or replaceable, as they said.
Right.
One of the disadvantages, Miss Jackie, is bias and fairness risk. What do you think?
I agree. Yeah, they're definitely the AI is. I've actually done some tests with different AI models, and it is. But it does a better job, though. I mean, if you ask it political questions now, or if you ask it about a certain figure or someone famous, it usually will redirect you and say, "Well, I can't really." Especially Copilot, it'll do that. I haven't tested out
Mm-hmm.
ChatGPT lately,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, it doesn't. It seems to be doing better with that bias, but it still hallucinates. It still makes up things. Like if you're doing research on something and you ask it for the citations, it doesn't always do it right. And when I go to click on the link or something like that, it doesn't take me anywhere. It says it just pulls up a blank screen or a 404 error. So it's always good to double check. Put that human eye
Yes.
on everything. Yep.
Double check, people. Double check and add it of what AI giving you because not 100% they are accurate. Mm.
Right.
And I think one more, Miss Jackie, that AI are cons are they are considering for privacy and surveillance. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, because you have to make sure that you're giving consent to things, and yeah, what you put in there, just be sure that you know that you're putting it in there. And maybe even look at the, like we talked about before, look at the settings and see if the settings are appropriate for what you're searching for, what you're doing. So, and copyright too. We have to still be careful with copyright. So that's still important as well. How do you cite something like that, or how do you go about doing that? So that's so true. I think one thing that's common too is even still with AI misinformation. I think it can still lead you down a strange path if you're not careful too. Yeah.
Mm, yeah, certainly. And one more for the cons, security misuse. Mm.
Mm.
Definitely.
Yes.
AI do have do that. Like because of the beneficial automation can also be used for fraud, just like Miss Jackie talking about.
Right. Yeah.
Mm.
Those websites that you think are genuine and oh nope, it's a fake one. And they I've seen some that are fake, and it actually made me stop and think, and I was like, wow, those scammers did a good job of making it look like the real thing. So they're getting more and more sophisticated. So we that's why we have to put on our critical thinking hat and not fall victim to
Critical.
that. Yes, absolutely.
Critical thinking indeed. So one more, Miss Jackie, not over reliance and the skilling.
Mm.
Mm.
Oh yes, absolutely. Yeah, we're having to actually pivot where I work with the curriculum, and when new people get hired on, we don't teach them about how to utilize AI with the curriculum and working with others right away. We teach them the fundamentals first of the job, right? Because what we found that what we did was we were giving them like go use AI, and they got training on it, but if they're not trained on the fundamentals of the job first, then they overuse it and misuse it. So yeah, I think it's so important to teach the fundamentals first, and then you can add on the technology later on. So yep.
Certainly. And last but not the least, I think the cons of AI is having implementation costs. Mm.
Oh, true. Because there's so many tools out there, right? And all of them do cost money. Like Synthesia is $29.95 a month. So you have to pick and choose, right? What tool is going to give you the most benefit. Now I'm just trying it out. I may cancel my subscription down the road, and that's fine. There's no, so but look at the fine print and see, are they going to require you to pay other things besides that subscription, right? Because a
Mm-hmm.
lot of them have this currency now, like these digital coins or digital credits. I think it's credits now. Most of them use credits. So you can get, this is true with like another one called, I think, Gamma. And so they have credits too, but for the free version, you get 200 credits. And then after that, you're out with AI
Mm-hmm.
credits. And then you have to go and get a subscription. So they get you in the door, right? And they're like, oh, try this, it's free, and you get all these credits to do AI images and stuff. But then my credits ran out really fast, Daniel, and I was like, okay, well, I don't think I'm going to use this Gamma one anymore because I'm not paying for another subscription. So that there's definitely cons to that, and so be sure that if you're going to try something that's free, that the copyright,
Mm-hmm.
especially for commercial use and things like that, and image creation and music and all of that. So just be aware of, if you create something, that what you're how you're putting it out there and what you're using it for. So yeah, but definitely there's so many tools out there. It can be overwhelming and it can get expensive
True.
really fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because nowadays people relying on AI, and for sure the demand is more and more, and they are keep pricing increase.
Yep.
Price
Absolutely.
increase for sure, right?
Right.
Every year. So let's talk about the advantage, Miss Jackie. Of
Yes.
course, number one, productivity and automation. We love that. So
Right. We
fast,
do. Hmm.
reliable.
Absolutely. It's funny. I used to have to like take notes in meetings when I had my meetings at work, and or have someone else come to my into my meeting and be my dictator, and dictate, and take down my notes, right? But now what I can do is in Microsoft Teams or Zoom, usually it's Teams, I can just hit record and transcribe. And then what it does is after the meeting, it gives me a Word document. And then I take that Word document and I put it in our internal AI tool, and I say, "Hey, I have this meeting transcript. Can you give me the highlights of it?" And then I just upload it in there, and then in 30 seconds, it gives me a summary of the meeting. So I don't need a note taker
So
anymore.
fast.
I'm like, I love it.
It's
Yeah.
so
And
fast.
I can focus
Mm.
on what I need to focus on, which is working with my stakeholders, asking them questions. And I'm not trying to facilitate and take notes at the same time, and trying to it's just because it can be overwhelming to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so we don't have to have note takers really anymore. So it's kind of nice to have that. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Certainly. And data driven decisions.
Yes. That's really helpful too. I don't know if you've used that for to analyze data, but I actually used it
True.
today.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to take a. I'm working on a brand new program with the with the university, and it's for a doctorate in social work. So it's really neat because it's going to have all new courses. It's so students are going to be able to go into a bachelor of social work with GCU, and then they can do the master of social work, and then they can do a doctorate. So it's just coming in the future. But what I did, Daniel, it's really cool. I took all the domains and competencies for the program. Then I took
Mm-hmm.
the draft list of courses, which were generated by AI, and they revised some of the topics and the order of the courses, but it was generated by AI. Took those two documents, uploaded them to our internal tool, and I gave it a prompt, a really lengthy prompt, and I said, pretend you're an instructional designer and you're working on this new program. So I put the AI in my shoes, right, like it was me, and then I
Mm-hmm.
asked it to actually take all of that and see where the signature assessments could occur, because we have to be able to benchmark certain we have to be able to benchmark all of the competencies in the program. And so it did that. And I said, give me a chart, told it what I needed, and the output gave me that. And I sent it over to the subject matter experts today. So they're supposed to look at that and just see what they would change. But it was so awesome to have that because it took the data, analyzed it, put it together. I do that all the time. So it's really
Mm-hmm.
fun. Yeah, to see what it can do. And then the human eye
True.
looks at it and says, okay, no, let's move this around, let's move that around. But it even asked me afterwards, it was pretty cool. It said, would you like some assignment ideas for these signature assignments? And I was like, sure, let's do that. I mean, even if things change, at least they have some ideas. And I sent that over to them too. Gave me a nice Word document. And I was like, oh, wow, this is great. I love this. So yeah, and I use it to analyze data all the time too and look at trends. So it's a lot of fun. I don't know
Mm.
if you've had a chance to dig deep into those kind of things, but it's really fun when you can do that for
Yes.
sure.
You know what, Miss Jackie? I receive lots of emails. So
Mm.
if I know this is suspicious, I will run to AI. Said, "Is this a suspicious email?" I said, "Yes."
Really?
Automatically, it will decide you why you think this is suspicious, because there's no what number one is, there's no designation of the email. The email is suspicious because it's not well known to the public. Blah blah blah. It give you the reason, and
Ah.
for sure it will say okay, and
Hmm.
he will give you notice, be careful if you want to open this, and if you click it, it will give you this and that and this and that. So
Wow.
it's a
I
precaution.
That's pretty good. I didn't know it could do that and analyze the email.
Yes,
That's awesome.
that's
I
yes.
like
I
that.
I know. I receive a lot of emails like suspicious, the
Yeah.
phishing mails. So I run them, and wow, thank God AI, you give the best advice.
Right.
So 24/7 availability, Miss Jackie.
Yes. It's always on.
Oh
Technology is
yes,
always on. Yep. It doesn't turn off
24/7.
anymore. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Make sure that you have computer or smartphone or
Yeah.
electricity for sure. Without electricity, wi-fi, you should have those ingredients to make this 24/7. And
Right.
how about scalability, Miss Jackie?
I think that's important too because even here in the United States, they're building data centers to be able to power these AI tools because it takes energy to do that. So they're even building new coal plants out here that are clean energy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I know there's concerns, with all of that. With all that data comes energy, and with all that energy, people are like, are we increasing our carbon footprint by by utilizing all these tools? So it's always good to kind of keep that in mind. So I make sure to be aware of that as well as I'm when I'm doing that, but knowing that it's that they're they're actually making those changes so that we don't overload our power grid or anything like that.
Certainly. And accessibility and assistance. This is what I like it.
Yes.
Assistance and
Yes.
accessible 24/7.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think also what's really good too is these tools are accessible because they're available all the time, but also they're accessible for different types of learners or different types of users that have different needs. So I think that's important too because there's individuals out there that have maybe they don't identify with a disability, but they may have something like they have a hard time hearing or they don't see as well, things like that. And so these tools are really great because instead of you having to type, you can speak into it, right? So it
Mm.
allows for that accessibility. So it's not just, I don't think it's just convenience. I think it's more than that. So it's really great to have that. And then you can have it speak back to you. So it's really, really great to have that. If you're in a noisy environment or something, you may not be able to hear it well. So it just all depends. So having those options are not only, I think, for convenience, but I think it's also helping those that actually have a, an actual um, need that they can't access the content as readily as other people would. So I think that's important too. Make sure it's
Mm.
accessible in that way as well.
Yes, indeed. People, those are the pros and cons of AI, and I hope we help you to decide whether you like it or whether you hate it. It's
Hmm.
up to you, people, to decide. But Miss Jackie and I, well, we are in the middle. So that's why we have AI
Yes.
101. We will discuss what is good, what is bad, and it's up to you to decide.
Right.
So, Miss Jackie, would you like to plug in something?
Sure. So I have my podcast that I've been doing for about 3.5 years now. It's called Designing with Love. So if anyone wants to learn more about education and instructional design, what I do day in and day out, they can look for it anywhere they listen to their podcasts. And they can
Mm-hmm.
also reach out to me on LinkedIn. I think I've got almost like 400 people now that follow me. So wow,
Congratulations,
it's grown.
partner.
Thanks.
Congratulations.
So feel
I
free to
just,
reach out to me. Yeah.
yes, I just want to say hi to Virtual Lab Rats. It's been a long time, did not watch us. Wherever you are, say thank you for watching us. He said, love it. Love it.
Yes.
Yes, love AI 101. Thank you so much, Virtual Lab Rats. Our avid viewers. It's been a long time. I think it's been 1 month. I didn't see you on the studio. But thank you anyway for the support. Yes, people, please support us because Miss Jackie and I, we're brewing lots of podcasts. Oh, AI 101, Tech 101. What else, Miss Jackie?
Coaching
Mystery one.
101. Oh yeah, Mystery
Yeah,
Stories 101, Coaching
yeah.
101, and Bible
Mm.
story or yes, Bible verses 101. Oh my goodness, I almost got it mixed up.
Bible versus 101. I did already publish our coaching 101. First episode, I did publish our
That deserves an
episode.
applause.
Yes,
Yeah.
with episode with Miss Jackie. No, Miss Karen. And today I will publish our episode, Miss Jackie. I will
Woohoo.
send you the link where you can listen our podcast. People, Coaching 101 is already live wherever you listen your podcast. So please do support us. As I said, Miss Jackie, we have AI 101, Tech 101, Coaching 101, Bible Verses 101, and of course, coming soon, Mysteries. Is it? Mysteries?
Mystery Stories 101. Yep.
Yes. Okay, please support us because we are aiming for the best. We are aiming that each episode we are getting bigger, better, and bolder. So, Miss Jackie, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for joining us and keep learning.
Modicam people, see you soon.